Now we're going to talk about parallel and perpendicular lines. And to begin with, we're just going to graph these two lines and see what happens. So if I'm going to graph this line y equals 3x plus 4, I know that I should begin at positive 4 because it's my y-intercept, so I'll go up to 4 and I'll put the dot. And then I need to rise and run. So my slope is 3, so I need to make it a fraction so I can rise and run. So I'll rise 3 and run 1. And I'll continue this a couple times because I really want to see what happens all over my graph. And we'll go the opposite direction as well. Instead of up 3, right 1, I know this graph's going to continue this direction, so I can go down 3 and left 1. And then I'm going to draw the line that goes through those points. Now let's graph this line as well. I know that I begin at negative 1 on the y-axis, so I'll go to my y-intercept at negative 1 and put that dot. And then again, my slope is 3, so we'll make it a fraction so we can rise and run. We'll rise 3 and run 1. And again, we'll continue this a couple times because I want to see what happens on the graph. Opposite direction, instead of up 3, right 1, I could go down 3 and I can go left 1. And let's draw those lines. So you should be able to see by looking at these two lines, they are parallel. They never intersect and run side by side each other. And when we look back at the original lines, we can see that the slope of both of these lines are 3 over 1. So it makes sense that these are parallel lines. They are never ever going to intersect because they are constantly rising and running exactly the same interval. So anytime you have parallel lines, you will always see same slopes. Alright, now let's graph these two lines over here. We'll start with y equals 3x plus 2. I know my b value is positive 2, so my y-intercept, I'll begin at 2. And then slope tells me I need to rise and run. So I'll rise 3 and run 1. So we'll count rise 3, run 1. And I'll do it a couple times again so I can see what happens. I'll do the opposite so I can see what happens on the other side of my graph and go down 3, left 1. And then I'm going to draw the line that goes through those points. And then looking at this line, I have y equals negative 1/3 x plus 4. Here the beginning value is 4, my y-intercept right there. And then my slope tells me I need to go down 1 because it's negative and right 3, rise and run. So I'll go down 1 and I'll go right 3. And I could do the opposite and go up 1 and left 3 as well. And then I should be able to draw the line that goes through these 2 points. And I notice that these two lines intersect, and they actually intersect in a right angle, which makes them perpendicular lines. So when we had parallel lines, we noticed very quickly that these slopes are exactly the same. Perpendicular lines, you should be able to see some relationship with the slope as well. We took this as positive, and down here it's negative. So they're opposite signs. And we also took 3 over 1, and it became 1 over 3. So they switched positions. That's called reciprocals. So perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes.